Hi everybody, welcome to New Jersey Real Estate Training, your number one resource for free realtor training in the Garden State. My name is Dave Blinder. I'm a licensed real estate agent with eXp Realty in New Jersey, as well as a mentor at our brokerage. And today I'm here to help you whether you're an aspiring, newly licensed agent, or perhaps a seasoned veteran of our industry. In today's training video, we're going to be looking at the Hudson MLS or RMLS and setting up a recurring automatic property alert email to send out listings to a buyer lead. So before we log in, what the public or consumer sees is on MLSguide.com. That's where RMLS presents all of the current properties for sale or for rent in Hudson County. However, we're logging in on hudson.clarityiam.net as an active agent. So our credentials, we have to enter our first and last name. Our PIN is a 4-digit number that is provided for us when we onboard with Hudson MLS. We also have a 6-digit password being generated by the Clareity mobile app into this interface. So while that logs in, that's a quick look at what the Clareity Authenticator app looks like on my iPhone, and you need this to log in to the Paragon system on Hudson MLS. So we're on our main screen now on Hudson MLS, RMLS, in their Paragon system. We're going to begin today's training by going to search. A lot of different options here: single family, two family, land, different sorts of rentals, and multifamilies again. If we had a buyer lead for today's example come in for a condo or a co-op, we can click on that field. That brings us up to our search functionality. You can define your budget parameters here. We have high and low numbers. We're going to go down to that type field and click on the looking glass blue button on the right side. And for today's training, we're just going to be checking out condos for sale that will be emailed out automatically to our prospect or buyer lead. So let's click on condos. You could select multiple fields for many of these options. We'll click on save. As we proceed, Paragon is telling us how many matches we have for these listings on the MLS. These are homes for sale or for rent. We can see we have a criteria summary in the upper right hand corner. More optional fields. I'm going to go down to the area field. We're leaving that set as equals. Not equal to would be if you wanted to eliminate certain towns. We'll click on that looking glass button again to bring up these prompts. We have many, or if not all, of the cities in New Jersey, though the listings may not reside all in Hudson MLS. All the town names are here. We're heading over to Hoboken. Really happening city with a lot going on. These are in alphabetical order. You can select as many as you like here. So once you have those selected, you can hit the Save button. On the status field, I can magnify this a little bit for now. We'll click on that looking glass icon again. So for today's training, for sending out the newest listings, we're going to be selecting active. Active means for sale. We have active rentals, and some of the other statuses such as sold and expireds and rented would be more for research purposes or for actually prospecting instead. That in the case of expired. We're going to click on save. So we're down to 109 records now in Hoboken actively for sale, it seems. Some optional criteria. And if our buyer lead, perhaps they came through the internet for Hoboken, told us they want a 2-bedroom condo and only a 2-bedroom condo, we can set both a minimum and maximum number of bedrooms, or you could just enter a high or low constraint if you chose to. You have a square footage option as well if they told you a certain size home that meets their requirement. I'm going to back out of our magnification just a bit to bring up this secondary criteria field where you have to toggle down on this small little arrow. It seems a little hidden to me, but there's a lot of stuff hidden in this area. So we're going to select, in this case, just homes for sale. And if you click into the features, you have a must-have and a must-not-have and a must-have one or more. Let's select must-have and click on that looking glass feature again. So there's a tremendous number of categories and fields here under the secondary criteria for you to go through. You always want to be a real estate matchmaker for your leads, prospect, and sphere of influence. And being a matchmaker means you're sending them exactly what they're looking for and knowing what they want and knowing how to find that for them. So you have architectural styles here, exterior finishes, parking constraints, heating and cooling. If my online lead said they required a river view in a New York view, we're going to select that. And that could be a very inspirational way to begin your day to look at beautiful view of the skyline. So we're going to select that for our training purposes. We can see we've narrowed that down to 6 active records. That is what will be sent out now as we proceed to set up automated emails for our client. So I can magnify the screen a little bit again. And we are going to click on the floppy disk type icon and save search as. So you should save your search name as something logical so you can recall these searches. How about Hoboken views? Save criteria values. Setting your default condo and co-op search may save you time if you're returning to the search often. You want to set up a hot sheet of sorts so that you're always in the know of what the current inventory is. If we head over to contact, this is a place for you to assign it to an existing contact you already have in the Paragon system at RMLS. We're going to select add new contact for training today. So for today's training, how about we enter my alter ego, David Raymond, my first name and my middle name. And you must select and enter an email address here if you want these property alerts to go out. So I'm just going to punch in njrealestatetraining@gmail.com, which is a great way of reaching us here on our channel for any of your business inquiries. And how about entering a personal cell too? So my number actually is 973-727-2037. If you have questions on real estate training, about becoming a realtor, or onboarding with eXp Realty and what our brokerage can offer you, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here to help and to try to answer your questions. I enjoy doing that quite a bit. So let's hit on the save button now in just a moment. We've got some optional fields we're going to bypass. Okay, so our contact was successfully added as a new contact. We can close that criteria. And I'm actually going to select the save and notify option here from save search as. We want them notifications means we're setting up these automatic emails to go out regularly. A drip campaign means we are continuously maintaining contact by automated emails being sent through the MLS to our prospects. Let's see what comes up. We can zoom back out so you can see more of what my screen looks like right now. So we've got a lot of good stuff going on here. We can confirm that we are looking at the records for our new prospect. If you are onboarding or new to Hudson MLS or any MLS, I always recommend adding yourself as a contact. It's a great training routine. You can get your feet wet and learn what the automatic emails look like on the recipient's end too. It's important to know what they're being sent and what it looks like, I believe. We can see that our saved search is assigned to David Raymond, my alter ego. We can see the creation date, welcome message not sent. That's just a preliminary message that gets sent out one time, inviting them to our listing portal. which is a really beautiful interface. We'll be checking that out. So I'm going to click on Settings under the Collab Center next and see what comes up here. So we have our advanced email options. We're getting to the thick of things here. We can customize the message body. Any message you like. Hi, David. Here are the most recent Hoboken condos for sale. Let me know if anything catches your eye, and we'll set up a showing at your convenience. Thank you, David Blinder, proudly at eXp Realty. And in New Jersey, you should always be including information on your personal number as well as your office number. That's a compliance issue, and you need to let them know where you work and what that office number is. Hit OK. Cool. So that'll go out to them every time, won't be too intrusive. So our default range period is 1 year of notifications. Notification triggers is where the MLS determines what type of listings to be notifying our prospect as. So by default, that's price changes. If the price improvements can be very exciting for a client, it could mean older listings are coming down into their budget as well. We have new matches. That means we are certainly sending out the newest listings to our prospects and buyer leads. New comment would mean if we had wanted to give them some information about a listing, hey, this is really a great street or really nice access to the mass transportation, stuff like that. If you click on the hourglass field here, you'll see some more optional notifications that you could select if you chose to, such as open houses. When you're done, you can hit save. We can set the frequency or intervals of our client being notified. Immediately means just that. As soon as these properties come on board on the Hudson or RMLS, our clients will be sent an email, which is great. We want to be in constant communication with our clients so that they know we're on top of the market and we are here and ready to work for them. So you could also go to recurring and modify the time frame if you wanted to send these out just daily, weekly, or monthly. So a lot of options for that as well here. If you wanted to customize that further, agent notification default is immediately. You can select different recurring time periods for that instead. Zoom out a little bit here. So that is assigned to our client's email address. You could add multiples here, such as a spouse or secondary. You've got an option to BCC yourself here. I do recommend that you set that option when you add new clients here so that you're notified right away when these hot properties come up too, so that you can maybe call your clients and try to schedule a showing right away. Your goal as an agent is to be spending time with these folks, building rapport, getting to know their needs better, and being a real estate matchmaker. Getting them exactly what they need and when they need it is the name of the game. We've got a subject line here. Activity notification doesn't sound too inviting. How about we set a subject of newest Hoboken NJ condo activity? That sounds a little more pertinent and maybe a little more friendly. Then we can hit the OK button. Great. We have an option to send the welcome message, so we'll take a quick look at that. So this is just inviting them into this collaborative portal where we will be interacting with our clients, letting them know about the newest listings, in this case, Hoboken 2-bedroom condos for sale. Welcome to your collaboration center for buyers. Not too exciting. Hoboken NJ condos for you. That makes a little more sense. You could attach a business card. Hi, David. Here is my collaborative center for reviewing the newest Hoboken condos for sale. Let me know if you do see any homes you like, and let's go check them out. So as a real estate agent, you want to have a call to action. You want your clients to know that you look forward to seeing them in person and look forward to finding the right home. David Blinder. Enter my criteria. My credentials again, eXp Realty, great place to work. My cell phone, that's my real cell phone, folks. And that's our real office number for eXp Realty New Jersey. So you could preview it. Let's take a look at what that looks like. I'll give it a minute to load. There's a low resolution view of that good looking gentleman at eXp Realty, your agent of choice. There's my primary email address too while we're on the topic. That is also a great way of reaching me if you have any questions about today's content or training. I like to keep my email short but sweet. Tells us number of current matches. Again, real estate matchmaking is the name of our game as buyer's agent. You can view the listings. Agent picks undecided. They can also favorite them. They can reject them in this collaborative portal. They can create a login password. Let's go ahead and view those listings that are going to be emailed immediately out to our new prospect. Oh, it's making us create a new password. That's fine. And Safari's recommending this one for me. Cool. Click on register. All right. Now we're loading up this beautiful interactive collaborative center powered by Paragon on Hudson MLS. So really beautiful interface. I think it's nice and bright and modern. So it brings us to a summary and some pictures of the active listings in their dashboard, where your prospects, clients, and leads can favorite properties. So you should be notified when your client favorites them. You want to be on top of your game. Rejected, they'll be removed from this portal. Right now they're sorted by the newest matches. And the clients can go through. They can click on any of the details to explore more of these properties. There's some potential information about financing, which is really good stuff as well. Down below in the bottom, very, very bottom of the portal, proper allocation is given to the listing brokerage on the MLS. It's not too intrusive here, however. Just exploring a little bit further. If your client wanted to send you comments or had a question about the home, this is the place to do it. You'll be notified again when your client does have a comment or question based on your settings. They could set up a showing right with you here and request that, which is very, very convenient for them to choose their time, and then you should go ahead and book these as soon as possible. So listing history, mortgage center, valuations, it's kind of perhaps a Zestimate of source is pulling right from Zillow, interestingly enough. So we can close out of that single property. Again, we're back to the summary view. And there's another call for action for your client to contact you directly. So you have your office number here. You can append your cell phone and all that good stuff. You have your email address here as well as the buyer's agent, your primary source of contact here on Hudson MLS. So yeah, you should also be adding your cell phone to as a point of contact, not just your office number, ideally. So this is what the collaborative center looks like, and we have set the system up so that every time new listings come up, in this case, a 2-bedroom condos for sale, our prospect is being sent a notification immediately, so they're in the know of what the new listings are, as are you if you've chosen to be copied on these property alerts. So we are going to wrap up this training on buyer alerts and emails and utilizing that collaborative center on Hudson RMLS. So I wanted to thank you guys again so much for tuning in to New Jersey Real Estate Training. Please take a moment to subscribe. We have MLS trainings coming out every time. We have information on prospecting and other tricks of the trade. If there's any content I can provide for you, just let me know. If you want information about onboarding at eXp Realty at any time, text or call me at 973-727-2037. Thanks so much for tuning in again. Have a great day.